From the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, the country music capital of the world, it's your Grand Ole Opry starring Marty Robbins.
When you're all alone and blue and you don't know what to do, call me up and I'll come calling on you. When you're all alone at home and no one calls you on the phone, call me up and I'll come calling on you. When there's teardrops big and round and your eyes so big and brown and your little old heart's about to break in two, well, I know, you know, we know that they know I'm in love with you. Call me up and I'll come calling on you. When the world seems out of place and it tumbles in your face, call me up and I'll come calling on you. When your love affair goes wrong, come on back where you belong. Call me up and I'll come calling on you. Give me just a half a chance, let me save our old romance. To be the one, there's nothing I won't do. Well, I'm for you, for me, forevermore, I'm in love with you. Call me up and I'll come calling on you. Well, thank you, folks, and a great big New Year's Eve welcome to the Grand Ole Opry.
On hand to see the all year out Grand Ole Opry favorites of yours like Rod Brassfield, Cousin Minnie Pearl, Chester Atkins, Del Wood, and the entire Opry gang.
And you know, we've invited some more Opry folks in, too, because we figured nobody could usher in a new year like the Carlyles. Well, Sir Bill and all the Carlyles will be out here in just a minute. Right now, we've got to make room for the last 1955 appearance of the greatest teller of tall tales you ever did see. He's coming all the way from Hohenwald, Tennessee, carrying his own noisemaker, Rod Brassfield.
Howdy, Mr. Marty Robbins.
Howdy, Rodney.
Good to see you.
Glad to be here.
Did you have a nice Christmas?
Had a nice Christmas.
Boy, I did too. You ought to been down there in Hohenwald with me. We had a wedding that wouldn't quit.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was a fine affair, big ritzy wedding. Some of the upper crust got married.
Upper crust?
Yeah, upper crust. You know what the upper crust is? No. That's a bunch of old crumbs that's held together with a lot of old dough.
Who gave the bride away, Rodney?
Who gave the bride away?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. I kept my mouth shut. Her past is her own business, bud. Nothing to do with it. You ought to see my gal Susie, Marty. She went to that wedding, and boy, was she dressed up. She had on one of them gownless evening straps. I mean, strapless evening gowns. Boy, it was pretty.
Man, I'll bet she looked like $1 million, didn't she?
Looked like $1 million and had every cent of it invested in the right places, buddy.
Hey, Rodney. Hey, tell me you're going on a vacation, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going on a vacation. I'm going to Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Pretty good. How are you? That's it. Boy, I can just see me now, Marty, laying down there in that there sand under one of them big palm trees with me a hammock stretched out there and one of them hula gals there with a grass skirt.
Who's going to get the hammock, Rodney?
I don't know. I guess we'll draw straws for it.
Yeah. You know, Rod, I'd sort of like to take a little vacation, but Christmas has got me broke, you know.
Christmas got you broke?
Yeah.
Well, don't feel bad, bud. It has most of them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I learned today, Marty. I found out how to make some quick, easy money, just like that.
Yeah.
On the 4th race, you bet on a horse. Her name is Striptease.
Striptease?
Striptease.
You think she'll win?
No, but she's bound to show. Marty? You ain't seen my new car, have you, buddy?
I sure have, Rod.
Boy, it's a dinger, I'm telling you. I got me a new car, and it's a Rolls Canardly.
A Rolls Canardly?
Yeah.
What in the world is a Rolls Canardly?
Well, that means it can roll down one hill and can hardly get up another. Well, I've got to go, Marty. It's been good visiting with you, boy.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, Rodney.
Yeah, I've got to go and get ready to go to St. Louis.
Going to St. Louis?
Going to St. Louis. Be there tomorrow.
Going by train?
By train?
Yeah.
No, I'm going by Louisville. I want to stop off and see some friends.
Marty, how long do you think people stick to their New Year's resolutions?
Well, Mr. Grant, I know one group that does all year long, and that's the fellas that resolve to smoke Prince Albert. You know, boy, once they start on PA, they stay with PA.
And no wonder. Prince Albert is tobacco as nature meant tobacco to be. Mild and tasty, cool and comfortable. PA's own special process holds and heightens the natural flavor of mellow, ripe, choice tobacco. You get rich, natural tobacco taste, pipeful after pipeful.
And fellas, PA is crimp cut so that it packs real neat and firm in your pipe, smokes smooth and long burning.
Remember, Prince Albert is taste tested and approved by more smokers than any other smoking tobacco. Now, you pipe and makings men, get yourselves some PA. That's Prince Albert, America's largest selling smoking tobacco. See why it's called the National Joy Smoke.
You know, anytime we want to have a real fine get-together down here at the Opry, like on a New Year's Eve, we always invite some good friends of yours and ours. Them especially because when they wind up and, well, just look and listen for yourself, because here comes the Carlisles.
Howdy, Bill.
Howdy, Marty. How are you?
Good to have you here tonight,
Yeah, it's
boy.
good to be here.
What are you going to do for all the folks out here?
We thought we'd do one of them long-haired tunes called Little Icy Jane. Hey, little Liza. Oh, little Liza Jane. Now, what did the hen dog say to the drake? Little Liza Jane. There ain't no crawdads in that lake. Little Liza Jane. Well, yonder come a man with a sack on his back. Little Liza Jane. He's got no crawdads that he can pack. Little Liza Jane. Hey, little Liza. Oh, little Liza Jane. Now, I've got a gal lives over the hill. Little Liza Jane. Well, she won't kiss me, but her sister will. Little Liza Jane. Now, what did the hen duck say to the drake? Little Liza Jane. There ain't no crawdads in that lake. Little Liza Jane. Hey, little Liza. Oh, little Liza Jane. I'm standing on the corner with a shovel in my hand. Little Liza Jane. And I look for a woman needs a working man. Little Liza Jane. Now, what did the hen duck say to the drake? Little Liza Jane. There ain't no crawdads in that lake. Little Liza Jane. Hey, little Liza. Oh, little Liza Jane. Hey, little Liza. Oh, little Liza, little Liza Jane.
Well, sir, everybody's going to keep right on dancing. We go from Little Liza Jane to Old Joe Clark. It's a real frisky Grand Ole Opry square dance. And everybody grab a gown. Let's go!
Everybody join hands, circle to the left. Oh, that chimney on the try to grab that gal and circle it back. Tell him that tickle the toe, but grab your gal and go see through. All the ladies step out, dudes step in, grab your hold and go to give you. Swing more and I swing forward, swing the gal from Mark. Ah, the ladies go to the chance that they're holding and don't let her in. Swing high and swing a low, grab that gal. Oh, go see go. Well, the chick rabbit and chick squirrel chick, that pretty girl around the world, hold and let her swing. Everybody swing. Run to the kitchen table, little beating back to the center, swing the sweet
You know, I think one of the things that all of us on the Grand Ole Opry noticed most in 1955, most thankful for, was the fact that the spiritual side of our great country grew and prospered so much. More folks went to church, more sacred songs were written, more thought was given to God. The Opry has always kept a special place for songs of faith, and we do one now, the last one of 1955. And we'll keep on singing them in 1956, new songs and old favorites like this one.
Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay. If I stumble and go down along the way, Savior, Savior, take me in. Save me from a life of sin. Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay. Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay. Pick me up and start me right again, I pray. Pick me up and take me in. Save me from a life of sin. Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay. Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay. If there's evil in my heart, don't let it stay. I'm so weak and you're so strong. Evil tempts me all day long. Blessed Jesus, should I fall, don't let me lay.
Well, thank you, folks. Thanks a whole lot. Well, here comes a friend of yours with something mighty important on his mind.
Say, Marty, if I mention Ryman Auditorium, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Why, the Grand Ole Opry, of course.
And if I say roll your own?
Prince Albert smoking tobacco, naturally.
Yes, Prince Albert is naturally best for making cigarettes, because it's tobacco as nature meant tobacco to be. PA's own special process holds and heightens the natural flavor of fine, choice tobacco.
Yes, sir, friends. Prince Albert in an OCB paper is the makings of a perfect smoke. And PA is crimp cut to roll neat and easy, to smoke mild and tasty.
Prince Albert is taste tested and approved by more smokers than any other smoking tobacco. So roll your next making cigarette with Prince Albert, America's largest selling smoking tobacco.
Nature in her own PA put the flavor in PA. Try Prince Albert, you'll agree it's tobacco as nature meant tobacco to be.
Now we're getting back to our New Year's Eve doings and moving over to the old piano where Del Wood is ready to plunk out her version of the Rocky Mountain Express. thank you, Del, honey. It was mighty fine. You know, as they say in politics, let's look at the record. There were 365 days in 1955, and on every one of them, our gal Saturday was looking for a fella. She didn't find one she could hang on to, though, but man, she's sure smiling tonight. Because tomorrow is the first day of leap year. That means she'll be running after fellas just a little bit harder. She's running out here right now, Cousin Minnie Pearl!
Here. And Marty, I'm awful proud to see you here on that Prince Albert show.
Thank you.
Oh, I love these handsome fellers, I just declare. And especially the ones with curly hair, like Marty. It looks pretty good tonight. You must not have left your hair out in the rain last night. Well, sir, I tell you now, Don't let him kid you. No, I was fooling, Marty. That is your hair. Let me see. Yes, it is. I can tell by the way you squinted there. Well, sir, now, it's a Happy New Year to everybody, and especially to the girls, 'cause it's leap year. It's leap year, so gals, let's start leaping right now. Well, so though we're going to have a watch party at Grinder Switch tonight, I'm going to have to go back down there and be there at the party. We had a watch party last year at Grinder Switch, and there was so many handsome fellers there. I was just sorry there was so many folks around to watch me. But everybody's making New Year's resolutions. Simp Tuckett at Grinder Switch said today he made a New Year's resolution to quit cavorting around with the women. He's 97 years old. And talking about facts and figures, I read it this past week in a magazine where it said that 1 million folks got married in 1955. 1 million folks got married, and half of them was women. So I ain't giving up hope, I'll tell you. But Rodley was talking about going to a wedding at Hohenwald. We had a wedding at home this week. It wasn't right at Grinder Switch. It was at a nearby city by the name of Centerville, Tennessee. And it was a fancy wedding. But that bride done one thing that I wouldn't have done for nothing. She walked down the isle with one feller and walked back up the isle with another one. Must have changed her mind when she got down there to the halter. Boy, if I could ever just get one started down the isle, man, I'd hold on to him till I got him hitched, I think. But last night, me and my feller Hezzy was sitting in the front room, and oh, it was romantical. We was sitting there, and I was sitting by him, and he was by me, and we was one by each, and each by the other. We was sitting there. I said, Hezzy, you know, I read in a book this week that they have all kinds of meanings for names, you know, like George means beloved and Philip means lover of horses. I said, what do you reckon Hezzy means? My mammy stuck her head around the door. She said, I don't care what the book says, but Hezzy better mean business. Yes, sir. But I made a motto for 1956, and this is what it is. My motto for 1956 is, get a man or bust. If y'all hear a loud noise about the end of the year, it'll be me. Bye now, see you next
week. Well, I guess Minnie's going to be running after the boys for the rest of the year. But I think Bill and all the Carlyles have some good advice to all the fellas that's listening. And right off the brand new Mercury record, the Carlyles tell all the guys, run, boy!
Run, boy, as fast as you can, back to the one who loves only you. Tell her you're sorry you had to part, and don't break her heart in two. Oh, don't break her heart in two. Now you and your true love have parted, and you left her all alone. Don't hesitate until it's too late to say that the fault was your own. Run, boy, as fast as you can, back to and ask her to forgive you for doubting a love so true. Don't let your pride cast true love aside. Go back and start over anew. Run, boy, as fast as you can, back to the one who loves only you. Tell her you're sorry you had to part, and don't break her heart in two. Oh, don't break her heart in two.
That's mighty good, Bill, mighty good. We got some real good guitar playing coming on right now. With Chester Atkins picking on an old timer called Sweet Bunch of Daisy.
Friends, this is Grant Turner again, and what I say in the next 35 seconds might save your life. Friends, this time of year, it's especially important to be careful when walking and driving. Long hours of darkness, poor visibility, slippery roads, and most of all, carelessness add terrible tolls to our accident figures. So think of others. Think of yourself. Use extra care whenever you're out on the road. In fact, be your brother's keeper and drive carefully.
Well, now I'd like to have the Carlyles and Rod and Minnie and everybody to gather around just long enough to wish all of our friends at the Grand Ole Opry a very happy and peaceful new year. And if you'd like to hum along, you can do it, because we're saying goodbye to 1955 with a song you all know. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old anxiety? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Come on, Rodney and Minnie and all the Carlyles and everybody, let's gather around and sing this here. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for I sure hope that you folks had a real good time here at the Grand Ole Opry tonight. And hope you'll be on the lookout next week. Same time, same place. We'll come calling for you in the old buckboard. Up in the driver's seat will be our mighty good friend, Hank Snow. And he's bringing along some mighty pretty company because his guest is Goldie Hill. Until then, this is Marty Robbins saying so long and thanks so very much for everything. We'll be seeing you again next Saturday night at the Grand Ole Opry.
New king-size Cavalier cigarettes are here in a bright new package of red, white, and gold. A pleasure to look at, a pleasure to hold.
And brand new Cavalier is a pleasure to smoke, for the smoke feels as good as it tastes.
Yes, new Cavalier cigarettes taste great. You draw lots of rich, fresh flavor through the cooling extra length of Cavalier's top crop tobaccos.
And Cavaliers feel great, too. Gives you a smooth, easy-going smoke that feels good to you smoke after smoke.
That's right. That's the wonderful news about new Cavalier. It's the king-size smoke with a king-size taste, and the smoke feels as good as it tastes.
Today's the day to discover the extra pleasure you get from new Cavalier's unique combination of rich taste and smooth feel.
Get your first carton of new king-size Cavalier cigarettes soon. Taste great. Feel great. New Cavalier is a great smoke.
This program was brought to you by WSM, affiliated with the National Broadcasting Company. This is Monitor, the new NBC radio service.
WSM, the National